Ads! Ads! I shall emerge from my den of working on dialogue. I'm done working on this shit. No more dialogue. I've committed to the bit, okay? I'm free! I'm free! I'm free of the clutches of translation and dialogue hell. Oh my god. Oh boy. Super Tanuki Com, thank you very much for the Prime. This thing is different now. Prime, this up. Thank you very much.
Gee willikers.
Hey, it's a little too bright. Can you close some blinds?
Okay, you know how you guys saw it before? That's how I fucking work, actually, 99% of the time. This whole lights on, windows open, that's for you guys. I'm like, I'm like a fucking amoeba when I'm here working without the camera on. I'm like a single cell organism deep in a cave, like in a cavern that science is yet to research. You want authentic Jace working, not this fake stuff. I turned these lights on for, well, you know what? It's also good for me to get a bit of sunlight. So that's why I stream. I stream so I can get some sunlight, guys. All right. That is very relatable. Yeah. So someone did the Marius, right? Yeah. Anna Ruma with the Marius in lap. Congratulations on your job, by the way, Anna. Gonna miss you around here because you're gonna be busy working. You know? But congratulations. Very cool. Claps in the chat for Anna. They got a job. Good one. And Dizzy's got the first. Thank you very much. Yeah, thank you, Sunday Mini, for the 300 bits. That's really cool. Thank you very much. Yeah, the Prime from Super Tanuki Com. Also, we got some follows from Finchy and Lucaso. Thank you. Thank you. I don't have milk today for my coffee. And, you know, I don't mind coffee when it's, you know, black coffee. But so much better with some milk. Be able to watch for a few hours depending on what week it is. Okay, I see. Don't use lights in your place either. So okay, realistically, I do actually try and get lights in whenever I can because I'm like, it's good for me. I should do it. I do like to look outside the window and I can see like the weather and things like that. And so it's like sometimes I'm like, no, Jace, you should do this. It's good for you. But there are other times where my brain is so occupied by what I'm doing. I'm just like, no, nothing can get in the way. Nothing. I will not stop for anything. And then I leave the things closed. But you know what? It's also comfy when it's nice and dark. I find it's just so comfy. I like it. Yeah. So I don't know. I'm kind of torn because it's super cozy when it's dark. But then I also know that it's maybe important. Well, you know what? Balance is probably the most important thing, I guess. Balance in all things. That's generally what you're supposed to do. Most things are good to some degree, right? So I think working in cozy, cool darkness is nice a bit. We got to change it up. Grabbing coffee as well, Tanuki, nice. Few months in Sweden will be gone, yeah, by end of September. That's true. I mean, it's just going to be dark all the time soon. These lights in your place either have corner lights that have diffuse lights. Nice. Okay. Get the sunlight now. In a few months, it's gone. It's true. It's actually true. It's actually true. But I actually have been out like running and walking fairly often, more so than usual, I would say. So that's pretty nice. We'll take that. We'll take that. I hate utility bills. So my place is 75 Fahrenheit in the summer and 60 Fahrenheit in the winter. Wait. It's just kind of chill all the time, even when it's cold. Wait. Why do I feel like you're in Sweden, but you're using Fahrenheit here in Celsius? I guess you're not from Sweden. 23. Oh, I mean that's kind of cool all the time. That's pretty nice. That sounds like perfect for me. Yeah, 15 to 20. That sounds good. Stateside. All right. Yeah. That sounds really nice. That sounds perfect for me. I don't like it when it's like up in the 30s Celsius, which I guess is 80 or 90 or something like that for you. Yeah. I don't believe in the cold, so I never feel cold. 90 is 30s, right? Okay. Yeah. No, I also like to keep it pretty cool. For sure. I feel like maybe we're a little too bright. Yeah. One other thing I've been thinking about is about the way that we do these streams. Like, because they're supposed to be co-working streams, and I wonder if my insane rambling is like not conducive to other people getting work done. Also, I've been meaning to talk to people like, did you get anything done today? And then like we could talk about like what other people did as well. So I want to do that stuff too. So just something to keep in mind is if you have any feedback on whether the streams are distracting and take your attention, which can be fine because maybe you want that entertainment. But if you feel like you want to try to get work at the same time, done at the same time, but you can't, let me know. And if you know, I would like to know. You can let me know here in chat, or you can do it over on our Discord. Because I'm wondering if I should there's two options here. We keep things going as they are, which are kind of fun. But then I also think that there might be value in doing like Pomodoro timers where I kind of mute myself for like 20 minutes and everyone just kind of chills to music and we just kind of work. And then like one good thing about that is I can finish all my thoughts in that time. And then during the small break, I can talk to y'all and get like suggestions on what to do in the next block, you know? And then that way, if other people are like co-working, then they have like peace and quiet while they work too. What do you think? That's just another idea. I'm not too sure what we should do, but like, yeah. What is the average temp in Sweden in August? It's August now. Yeah, probably like around 20 or something like that. A bit less, maybe. It's really, really not warm. Like, I don't think we're hitting 30s in August in Sweden. We did in June or whatever. Yeah. Do whatever's best for you. Yeah, I'm not too sure though. So both of those I think are doable, right? I think both of those are okay. I'm happy to do either. It could be that it's better for me to have more focus time while I work, because sometimes I feel like I need to entertain and chat at the same time. So it might be good. That structure might be good. But at the same time, I also like entertaining chat. It's not like it's a burden to do it. That's why I'm streaming. So it's like it's okay. It's okay either way. I just wanted to put some feelers out there. I think people who procrastinate already will have a hard time doing something no matter if you speak or not. I find it entertaining and motivating. Okay. I like the brain break of focusing in on the stream whenever I do work on something at the same time. Okay. So like you can still focus on your work, Anna, and then occasionally you take a break and you check in on stream and there's something happening on stream. Is that what you mean? And you like that? Suddenly working for some time sounds good. Yeah, it could be good. Focus mode, I like it. All right, we've got a bit of a mix here. Yeah. Way too warm here in Germany. Oh yeah, be a bit warmer over there in Sweden. Finally catch you here. Hello, Chew Paints. Hello. If it helps, keep it. Okay. All right. Well, it's good to see what y'all think. I'll consider it more, and then maybe things will change. Maybe they won't. But for today, let's just vamonos. I have it open, but muted, and we'll unmute time to time. Okay. Lower the volume of the stream. Okay. Yeah. Everyone likes this different music. I think just mute it would be better. I see. Okay. I was gonna like focus mode in other streams. Okay. Okay. All right. Thanks for the feedback, everyone. Feel free to keep it coming. Definitely open to considering more things. I'm not sure what I want to do yet, but want to involve what do you guys think. Include an interactive thing for people who are just chilling. Yeah, I've seen some people do like they've got like a community jigsaw puzzle, right? Yeah, that's pretty cool. Could do something like that. Don't mind the rambling. Okay. All right. Cool. Well, it sounds to me that from at least from the people here, people aren't too bothered or distracted by the rambling, and that if you want to do work, you can still work. So maybe I don't need to worry about that so much. I should just do whatever works. For me. And in my case, it could be that I should do some focus timers, maybe sometimes for my own sake, and then other times, if I don't want to do it, then I just won't do it, yeah. Okay. Thanks, everyone. Thanks for the follows, Chew Paints, Pickless Ricks, and Evamus. Thank you very much. Click maps are interactive. I don't know how it could be used for your stream. Click maps. I don't know what that is. Where people click? Interesting. Okay. Let's the focus timer should be based more on you than us. Okay. Okay. Well, good to put the feelers out. Thanks, everyone. Appreciate it. So what we're gonna do today is we're gaming, folks. Okay. So if you had this fortune of joining stream on Tuesday, you would have seen me in the middle of my mental breakdown when it comes to how I want to handle localization in my game. And my game will have text, quite a bit of text. And so that will mean that, and I want my game to be localizable. This is something that I care a lot about. Actually, this was something that I pushed quite hard for in for Satisfactory too. It's not like no one wanted it to be localized, but I actually randomly put a lot of the initial work in to like getting all the translation stuff set up in our system, learning how to export that stuff, updating things on like CrowdIn and all that kind of stuff, and getting the community going. And then eventually we got someone who currently still works doing localization stuff for Coffee Stain, them in, and they actually know what they're doing, right? And so then they took over from there. But I really rolled that ball because localization is actually something that I care a lot about, and I actually have worked at a localization place before as a programmer, and so like I've got like I'm not super experienced by any means, but like I have this like fire in me that's like, this is something that I consciously want to think about, and I know how hard it can be to retroactively put in. So that's why I was like, I want to be really careful with how I do this, and I want to carefully consider it. And I had been doing that for days, and then Tuesday rolled around, and I continued doing that on Tuesday on stream, where I was having a fucking breakdown because I couldn't figure out what to do. I was getting super overwhelmed by it all. But you know, but one thing I want to say actually is I appreciate everyone for hanging out on Tuesday and like giving me like advice and suggestions and doing the rubber ducking thing. If you don't know what rubber ducking is, usually when like programmers, when they have a problem, they can't solve it, they go to someone else and they're like, hey, can you help me this problem? And that other person says, what's the problem? And then that person says, well, the problem is this, and this, and I'll fix it this way. And you're like, all right, well, I didn't do anything to help you. You just kind of talked at me, and then you found the solution yourself. And so that's what rubber ducking is, where you just like talk the problem through with someone else, even if they don't do anything for you, and then you get the solution. So like there was a bit of that going on, but also great suggestions, and also some sanity checks in there too from some people who were saying like, oh, I don't think that's necessary, or you would probably solve this in this much easier way. So I really appreciate everyone who was there. I don't know if they're all here at the stream right now, but in any case, I appreciate everyone who was there, who endured me in that moment, but also gave like really good suggestions. So that was really cool, because it did ultimately, the solution that I came up with in the end is ultimately where I went yesterday. And I fucking hunkered down and went ham on this thing. And we actually do now have, I'm happy to announce, we have a localization system for dialogue, and a convenient way to create and edit dialogue resources. We have a localization system for item names, item descriptions.
Oh boy!
Super Tanuka just gifted 5 subs.
Gifted 5 subs. Super Tanuki, thank you very much. Holy shit, thanks everyone. Thank you. Well, not everyone. Thank you, and enjoy everyone. All the subs. Thank you so much. Much appreciated. Okay, so what else is there? So there's localization, support for, get this, pluralization of items, support for, get this one, item counters. Now this is something that doesn't necessarily exist in English, but it exists in other language like Japanese, but can also be utilized in English. So I can say I have 2 shoes, or I could say I have one shoes, which is 2 shoes, or I can say I have 1 pair of shoes. I can say I have 1 potion, or I can say I have 1 bottle of potion, right? So like I have support for that kind of stuff now. Names, generic text that can be reused, and translating those, and all of this stuff. I'll demo it. Let's just get into the demo. Actually, it's crazy. Bird is screaming in my ear, so I'm moving my location. Okay. Thank you, Super Tanuki Kong. Rubber duck debugging, yes. As a DevOps engineer, it's not just a programmer thing. Okay, yeah, makes sense. Okay. All right, so right now, if I press 0, debug button, this is a text string, right? Text test. So you guys can see this. It's maybe a little small. Okay. But you can see here, these are dialogues. These are just dialogue tests. These are various dialogues that I've made. So if I go to actually, I don't need this folder. So if I go in here, I can see my dialogues are here. I'm really happy to see you. You can see that here. Well, I ain't happy to see you, butt face. And we've got support for new line. This is one dialogue message. You can see there's a new line here. Ayo, what the hell that's mean? That's here. And then this is like some insane long thing, which is just one line. Cool thing about this multi-line edit is I can click this and I can like see the text as a whole thing here. So like it makes it pretty easy to manage. Also, if I ever like, these are stored as like text files. So if I ever need to like do mass replacements, I can like, replace all find in files and replace them and things like that. So it's pretty convenient in that regard as well. So that's that text there. The cool thing with these dialogues as well is that I'm storing character and emote IDs for each thing. So if I want to display portraits in the future, I can use this information to figure out which character do I want to display and which one of their emotions do I want to display, like their default face or whatever, right? So all this information is stored together. There's also a comment here. And I'll get more about this later, but this is a comment that I can add for a translator. So if there's some more context or some additional information that I need to provide about like what's happening here, like if there should be a specific tone for this, I can add that comment here, and that will actually later down the line will actually go to the translator. So that's pretty cool. So another test here, which is not a generic dialogue test, is actually item name tests. So here you can see I've obtained one potion. This is a description of a potion, which is just your average potion. You can see I've obtained 3 bottles of super potions. Right? So that's plural. Super potions. And then description of a super potion, which is the hard stuff. And then here I've got 1 pair of shoes. So that's shoes are like it's like a, if you have 1 shoes, right? It's like an S. It's not a shoe, right? Usually if you've got 2 shoes, it's 1 pair of shoes and then 5 pairs of shoes. So the pluralization is the same as singular in this particular case. And the counter of it is pluralized. 5 pairs of, 1 pair of. And then there's a description for shoes, which is these are comfy. And this is just a character name test, and this character's name is Frank. Right? Now, let's switch language. Locale set to Japanese. Here we are. So let's... now, these translations are garbage and or nothing to do with the original strings. But here we go. We have Japanese translation. Here. お買いできて本当に嬉しいです。まあ、あえて嬉しくないよ。wait, is not happy? Who cares? Doesn't matter. Right, so we have the translation strings. That's really nice. And then here, I've got 1. And then in Japanese, when you count things, you need a counter. Right? So you can't just say like 1 potion. You have to say like 1 bottle-like object of potion, right? Like it's bizarre, okay? And this is the bane of Japanese learners' existence. So this like mechanic exists in languages, right? So 1 quantity counter of potion, and then this is like you obtained. I think that's what it means. I think it's shitoku shita, whatever. And then here, the potion description in Japanese, we've got 3 super potions. Now, this is interesting because this is a plural now, because it's 3 potions, but in Japanese, there is no plural. So it actually just magically pulls from the singular in this particular case because I went down some serious fucking rabbit holes with this kind of stuff. And I'll show you how all this works later. But yeah, so that's pretty cool. This is actually like, it's probably mundane, but it's actually important. And then like the potion description. And then here we've got like 1 pair of shoes. We got 5 and then 5 pair of shoes. And then the shoes are really comfortable. And then Frank's name here in Japanese. So, and then like, so the item descriptions here are really easy, right? So here I just add the name and I add the plural version of the word in English. And then I add a counter if there is one. So like a pair of shoes or pairs of shoes and a description and then like support for an icon or something like that. So this is very, very easy to set up. If I want to make a new item, all I do is I just make another one of these files, right? And then I'm just done. Okay. Super potions. And there's support here for something that has no counter. So in English, let's say, for example, I don't want to use counters at all, maybe. That's okay. But even if I don't use a counter for potion, here, I obtain 1 potion, not 1 bottle of potion, right? Even if I don't want to use a counter, the Japanese version still has its counter there. It still has it. So the support is still there no matter what, even if the source language doesn't have the counter in it. So I don't have to use them, but then other languages can use them. And then like Frank here has just got his name. So like it's super easy to set up. I go into the resources folder. If I'm making a character, I right click, I go create new resource, PG character, create. This one's gonna be character description. This one can be Jamorian. Hello, Jamorian. So now Jamorian is in my game. And Jamorian. There we are. And like that's it. That's all I need to do. Magical, right? Now, you might be wondering, okay, well, you just added Jamorian to the game. Does that mean we have Japanese, how do I get the Japanese translations of this? Well, one other aspect of this localization stuff is not only must it be convenient as a developer to add new strings in convenient ways. So like creating these resource files here with their names, their portrait information, any other information relative to the character, quickly and easily is very, very important. The next part is, how do I reliably get that out into translation territory? How do I do that every single time, right? Without fail. I don't want to have to manually add shit, right? Because I might forget to add something, right? And then like I'm a little screwed now, right? I want it to be very, very, very simple and foolproof, okay? So this is where the parser comes in. Godot has the ability to generate a POT, which is a PO file, which is the translation, one of the translation standards. And then the POT is a template. So I can create a template. And the way that I can do that is I just click generate template, choose where I want to do it, and I'll save it here. And that's it. I have now taken every single string, including Jamorian, and I've outputted it into that file. So if I check out that file, which is here, I search for Jamorian in here. There it is. It's right there. 1 second. And then if I open up PoEdit, and I check out my Japanese translations here. These are all my shitty translations. There's no Jim in here though. Right? But if we go to translation, update, boom, Jamorian is here. Now we can add a translation for Jamorian. And when I save this, it's done, right? So I don't have to, while I'm developing the game, I don't have to do this part. I don't have to translate everything as I go. What's important is that I have a means to export all the strings that I need that will go into a file that can be updated, some database, which can be this file here that I can open PoEdit. Maybe I use Crowdin, right? But just whenever I need to update all translations, I can very easily just export this information however I want. Another thing that's important here is like you can see these comments here that I've added. This was intentionally long. If we open up PoEdit here, you guys can't see, it's pretty small, but down here, dev comment, this was intentionally long. So I have support for this stuff as well. Gifler, thank you very much for the follow, for the sub. Thank you very much. Also, Nazpro with a follow. Thank you. Okay, so this is foolproof, and it just kind of works. So the magic happens in the parser. We'll get to the parser in a moment. The next aspect of this is it needs to be very easy for me to get these strings and display them without thought, okay? I don't want to sit down, have to fetch all this random shit, run translations, determine context. I don't want to like do all that in code every time I want to do something, every time I'm making a cutscene or something like that. And so I created this big helper file here, which does some shit. And basically, this is all I need to do. If I want an item's name, I just call generic obtained item. Or no, this is my generic obtained dialog message. If I want an item's name or item description, I just type item description and then I give it an item. If I want the item name, I just go item name. And then I give it the item. And that just returns a string. Here, super questions. Right? And if I want to print that, I can. GD print. Maybe today we'll have a function that will open a dialog box with a string, and that will be it, right? So it's really, really, really easy to do. So this is for item descriptions. If I want dialogue, I get a dialogue container, because a dialogue in this context is like one of many potential dialogues. Generally, they would run from top down, but not always. And all I need to do is just grab that container and then choose which dialogue I want to put out. So if I ever want to print a dialogue, I just got to load the dialogue, specify it, and then say which message do I want to print. And then it gets it. So it's super easy and super clean to use. So in the end, when I'm going to be doing some kind of like cutscene, right, I want to very easily be able to be like, move to, and then character A, so this is Frank, to some location. 100 0, right? And then Frank just moves there. Or this could also just be like, if I set cues in the level, I can fetch that position, whatever. And then move. We're also gonna have Jamorian here, who's gonna move to next to Frank, right? And maybe I need to specify as well, like what BG direction. Oh well, yeah. So maybe I have to make him face left or right, and then it's dialogue.
Oh boy! So much progress, so much art. Now migrate it all to Java.
Like this is what I want my cutscenes to look like in the end, right? I don't want to fuck around too much with a lot of things. It's got to be this simple, right? I don't want to when I'm crafting a cutscene. I don't want to be in here trying to like translate strings. No, like that should just be handled. So that's kind of what I'm going for, right? And that's the direction that I'm heading, which is also working. Before stream today, I did like some very, very minor caching with really frequently used things on things that can easily be cached. So the name of an item. I'm hoping, I haven't fully tested if this really works yet, but it should, well, it outputs the right thing, but whether the caching is valuable or not is a different story. Here, like, I will translate the name from the database if the current locale is different from what it was before. So if the translation has the language has changed, or if it's the first time this has been called in this session, right? Then it will fetch that name from the translation database. Otherwise, it will just get the translated name. But there's some things that I can't really do that for, like plurals. Because plurals can be different every time. Like in English, there's one potion, many potions, but there are other languages where it's like one potion, two something else, three something else, right? So, and so I can't cache that, unfortunately. Well, I probably could with a bit more. It will get a bit out of control a little bit, and I don't really want to go there. So I've done some minor caching as well. So the glue that holds all of this together is that I had to write my own parser. I will catch up on chat in a minute. I want to finish my thoughts. But thank you, Tunic, for the follow. Oh, and Gouda with the sub. Thank you so much, Gouda. So much project progress, so much art. Margaret's Java, not happening. And then to Rust. The glue that holds it together is the parser. The fact that Godot allows me to extend the parser was great. It was a bummer that the parser didn't do exactly what I wanted to begin with, which is always a bummer. But at the same time, I don't think I ever could have expected any engine to have implemented a parser that would have given me this much control anyway, out of the box, right? Like there would have been so many assumptions that I would have had to like compromise design decisions for to accommodate an existing implementation. And so in some ways, and this is maybe a little bit of copium, but in some ways, not every way, but in some ways, the fact that like Godot's version here wasn't as complete as I wished it was, but it was so easy to extend. is like actually maybe a good thing, because now I've created this little plugin that I run myself, and I just run special code for every kind of resource. So the way that this normally works is you should go to Godot. You can say, I want to translate all these files, and I add all these files. And I can do that. Like for menus, for example, right? I want to do that. And Godot's implementation already handles getting the strings for this. I didn't even have to do anything for that, right? But now I just add this thing here, and then what happens here is I check if this is the helper name, then we just do all the helper stuff for everything. And I don't have to add individual dialog files, and I don't have to add individual item files. This will actually just get all the dialogues, right? And then add every dialogue. And then this one will get like all the generic strings. And the way that works right now is just const strings in this class. It includes these formats, by the way, so different languages can reorder their stuff for this kind of stuff, which is supported. And then we just add those. And then these are all the items. And we add the items, we add their descriptions, and we add their counters to the database. And then characters. And so if there's another type that I need to add, I just chuck it in here. Or if it turns out that there's another aspect of characters that I need to add, I just put it in here. It's like super, super easy to extend. And the good thing is I don't have to do it all the time. It's just, if I'm adding a new feature, I can just very quickly and easily add in a new entry. It's not a big deal. It's super nice. Yeah, and that's what ties it all together, basically. And then I get these translation files. They can be opened in PoEdit. And then if I want to add a new language, I just go to Project, Translations, and then I just add another one. So if I had like Russian in here or something like that, I can just do that. And so the good thing about this is that now all my dialogue stuff, now I know how that's going to work, and I have a workflow for that. I can actually start building on top of that. So how do I display my dialogues? Do I use little overhead bubbles? All that kind of... That stuff is now separate to the actual text strings themselves. The text strings themselves, that problem is solved. If I ever want to display some text in a language, I can get that string. That's no problem. The only thing now is, what does the dialog box look like? How big is it? How much text can fit? What if text doesn't fit? But those are divorced from how do I get a translated string? And I'm so glad that is over. And I'm really happy with this implementation. It feels really safe. No, never mind these. Actually, this is just a cache. This file doesn't exist and nothing references it. This is actually just a caching issue. I need to clear the engine cache. This is not a real error. But if I click this button over here, you guys can't see it. Oh, you can. This button right there. The errors just go away. Look, I fixed it. I fixed everything. Okay, I'll catch up on chat now. Thank you for entertaining me with with that rambling. Someone I know who is starting their programming journey, just started uni, used me to rubber duck without knowing it. Yep. While I was explaining, you could see the pieces fall into piece in his mind. Yeah. Afterwards, he told me to Google rubber duck debugging. Yep, there you go. Cross-eyed Jack. You got rubber ducked. Can you use both C++ and C# and use both scripts on single object in Godot? I haven't looked at the C++. You can use C++ with Godot. It requires some extra stuff. I don't know what the cross-scripting functionality is like. However, you can use both Godot script and C# interchangeably in Godot, and you can call functions and get variables between them. There's special calls that you can do to make that happen. You can do that. It can actually even be quite beneficial because the calls can be something along the lines of I can't remember the exact thing in my mind, but it's like a Godot script maybe. It's like, I don't know. You get the Godot object, which is the thing, and then you do like dot call, and then like this is the function name, or maybe you can get the variable or something like that. But you specify it with a string. And so that can be kind of nice to dynamically get variables from a class. And while I was doing all this research for localization stuff, I actually did stumble into exploring options with like, well, what happens if I have the strings in a Godot script thing? And I did do some of that cross-scripting stuff, and it was fairly easy. One of the hardest things to localize is ordinal numbers, first, second, third. Yeah, I still have no idea how some languages do it. Yep, I don't know either, and I think that's something I'll have to just avoid. Obviously, if it's a fixed string, it's not a big deal, right? Right? If the actual entire dialogue thing is you're the second person to come here and it's not like, you know, dynamic, then it's no big deal. But if it were to be dynamic, that's rough, yeah. Super thoughtful? I don't think so. I'm learning English. This is the reason I never do localization. Yeah, it's hard. But I feel like it's solved now, so it's okay. So easy, Jim. You're in my game now. I'm a dev too, and when I get systems like this all clean and organized, it's all working, it feels really nice. Yeah, exactly. It really does. A very nice system, thanks. And so when you get a translator, you hand them this file, they translate all the strings attached to that element, and boom, it's back to the game. Yes, so basically, here. This is the file. Well, I would send them this file here. This is a template. So I can send that to them, and say they've already been translating, and they've done like half the translations, and I go, hey, I got some new strings. Here's the new file. I send them this, and they just using Poedit or whatever software, or I upload it to Crowdin. I'm sure I can do it and merge it that way. And they would just go here, update, sure. And they would just go, oh, bam. And then if there were new strings, I would just add the strings here. And then they make these changes, and then they send me back probably both of these. This is a compiled version of this. So the game will eventually use this, but in the meantime, my game can also read this, which is nice for if translators who want to make changes to the translations on the fly with the game so that they can test their translations immediately without having me to make a new build. Then they can do that. They could probably also do it using this if they have certain tools. But yeah, they just basically send me these files, and then I just save it. That's it. I don't have to do anything. I just overwrite my file, and that's it. It's done. Without hesitation, not happening. Yeah. No, we've come too far. Need to code localization at some point. Yeah, it's tricky. It's tricky. Just ignore the errors / warnings. They're not my fault. Yeah. Rubber duck. You missed the rubber duck talk, Tunic. The rubber duck on your desk, and you tell the problem. Yeah, exactly. That's what Paradigm. That's where that name comes from. But people often do that with other people. You know, you go to another person and you describe the problem you're having, hoping that they can help you, but you end up fixing it yourself without them saying anything.
Oh boy. Gouda1776
oh, you have the emote.
Gifted
Okay.
me a subscription.
You already know.
Gouda1776 gifted 3 months of tier 1 to GM Une. They've gifted 9 months in the channel.
Gifted sub. Thank you very much. Not just a regular gifted sub, but 3 months to GM Une. Thank you so much. Thank you, Gouda. Much appreciated. I have no clue what any of this means, but you sound so excited. That makes me excited. Yeah, I guess. Put simply, my game will have support for other languages. And that part of the game is largely done. There are some other parts of that process that may still need work and some consideration, but the underlying system is done. And I think that is that's a great feeling. With a good workflow as well. Super nice. Super, super nice. Hello, Matthew. Okay, so today, well, you know what? I always freak out about display cam. Okay, so today, all this shit. Okay, dialog manager, this is still relevant. Parser, actually, this is still relevant to the implementation. This is largely done. These are just my ideas. All of this is basically done. This is done. This is done. This is done. That's done. This is not done. This is the shit that we were talking about on stream on Tuesday. This is all done. Done. There's actually one thing I need to do. I would like to provide... I'm not going to work on that now. I'd like to provide comments regarding these so that the translator will know what 0 is, what 1 is, and what 2 is. In this case, that would be you obtained 1, so it's quantity. Counter of item name. Now, the really nice thing that would be really good is if I could use string interpolation, I think it's called, where you can use names, and that's what I wanted to do. So this would be quantity, counter, item name, and then translators will know exactly what these are. Unfortunately, that doesn't seem to be easily possible in this particular case. But it's something that I can, it's not super necessary, and it's something I can look into later. Thank you for the follow, Snowbit Was. Thank you. I never used Godot with C#. I always thought it isn't that good supported as GDScript. I think it is basically feature complete now. I've come across literally one thing that wasn't in it, but there's just like, it's just like, okay, that's not available, so you just do it this way instead. There was some convenience function when it comes to, I think it's preloading resources. Load, right? I think GDScript has preload, and I think resource loader in C# doesn't. Something like that. That's the only thing I've come across so far. There might be more, but that's what I know. Okay, so today, in that case, what I think we should do is I would like to now have a dialog box appear on screen. And I still don't understand the UI system in Godot very well, so this is going to be a struggle, basically. Could leave a... Yeah, I mean, a comment like that would be good, Gemini, but the thing that I need to do, though, is how do I get that... I just need to get it into the translation file. Like, I can put comments in translation files, right? So, like, down here, if you can see, bottom right, dev comment, this was intentionally long, right? So I just need like a comment like that along with the other things. So it is possible to do it. I just need to find a way to do that reliably in the way that I've got this set up. That's all. But it shouldn't be too difficult. There's probably so few cases that this will be there that I can come up with some hard code solution. Just had my early morning bi-weekly status meeting with CFO. I have not been fired, so we're doing good so far. Yeah, let's go. Woo! Not fired. Let's go. Let's fucking go. I have been fired before. I think I've been fired. I think I've been fired one time. I've been fired one time. Press 1 in the chat if you've been fired before. You don't have to if you don't want to, but if you don't mind, you can put a 1. Good, you've been fired before. Morin, yeah. Damn. You know what? I would never fire any of you. Just so you know. In fact, I'll hire you all right now. Kat, thank you very much for the follow. Go firing less game dev job. Oh, now work for the government, the game dev on the side. I see. Never had a job before. Well, that's about to change, Anna. Anna, you can't take your job anymore. I just hired everyone here, you included. First job I worked was 14 years. Second job, this one, 10 years. Wow. That's like a free union, chat. Ever had the you can't quit, you're fired? No, I just woke up one morning and I just had an email. They said and they just said don't come in. But before, you know, if you want your pay this month, you have to make a YouTube video and put it on the YouTube channel telling everyone that you're leaving. That's just what the email said. It was very bizarre. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Okay. So let's make a new I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I did get an email. I woke up and I got an email. I was fired from that job that I got fired. That happened. But obviously it wasn't. These are scripts. Oh, fuck me. Where do I put my UI scenes? Scenes. Okay. Make a new scene here. 2D scene. User interface scene. Scene name. Dialogue. Message. Yeah. 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 Why not? Did you find a solution for translation yet? Yes, I did. Okay, so I won't go over it. I spent like the first, I think it was like 45 minutes of the stream talking through the demo. I think what I might do is I might take that. Maybe I can put that on YouTube or something. So that people can catch up. But yeah, we got a really, really, really good solution. Basically, if I want to make a new dialogue, I just come in here and I add a new string. This is this is like a new block of dialogues, right? If I want to make a new block, maybe dialogue for a different NPC, I just make a new one of these. And then also if I create characters with different names, or if I create items with names, plurals, counters, like for example, pairs of shoes, bottles of super potions, and descriptions, this is all I need to do, and it's done. And all of that gets compiled into a translation thing now. And that's all I have to do. And getting these strings are really easy. So basically, yes. What did they say in the email? Is it immediate compare your stuff? In that email, they didn't say anything. They just said, don't come in. Because that company also made me use my own laptop. And so they actually had nothing for me there. I just took my laptop to work and worked there, and then went home, took it home. And so when they fired me, there was nothing to pick up. I was just cramped on a desk. I just worked. Nice self build. Yeah, the build is easy. So I go to project settings, generate, and that's it. And that will make the whole new thing. And it automatically finds every single dialogue, every single item, every single character name. It piggybacks on Godot's thing for UI. So UI, if I'm going to continue using Godot's thing, I'll add different UI elements here so that those get picked up, and that just automatically works as well. And then we've got some examples here. So I'll run the little test, the little demo, so you can see. And we'll move on. So this is a test of all the strings in English. These are dialogue strings that were gotten from these resources, the dialogue resources. These are item strings. So we can see here 1 potion, description of a potion, 3 bottles of super potions. So this is a counter, right? It's also specifically a pluralized counter because it could be 1 bottle of super potion, right? So here there's 1 pair of shoes. That's a singular counter. And 5 pairs of shoes. And in this case, singular and plural are the same. They're both plural. The counters are different and they're based on the number. And what this means is if we switch to Japanese, this all works in Japanese as well. The counters can be moved to where they need to be. The numbers can be moved to where they need to be. The item name can be wherever it needs to be. Yep. Names, it all works. It's very nice. Very nice. Okay, so I don't understand at all how to create proper containers so that dialogues just are the width of the screen. I don't know how to do that, okay? So let's layout. How do I make it the bottom third of this screen? Or do I not do that? Do I make it just a certain height? Maybe that's what I should do. Now, one thing I saw was that, because I did a few weeks ago, I did a little bit of 9 patch. All right, so I'll need this 9 patch rectum, as you can see here. That's what it says. Look, it's just what it says. And what this means is the dialogue will have like a middle piece, which fills the dialogue. And then you've got the corner pieces and then the top edge pieces and bottom, right? And that's what the 9 patch thing will do. So we might have to make a test dialogue thing right now. Yeah. And to put it in here. So I know I'll need to use this at some point, but this might need some container around it that will govern how big it's supposed to be. Margins, stretch, horizontal stretch. See here, like, should this be like a panel within the area? Panel? Can I make this? How big? How do I make you the size of the screen? Now we can get Klingon. Yeah, there's no reason not to. No reason not to. I knew somebody with a doctorate in Klingon. What? Green buttons. Oh! And then like a minimum height, right? Oh, we are fucking cooking with gas here. Jeez. All right. Okay. Oh. I think it's ass time. Ass? Right? Ads! Okay. 3-minute break. We'll be right back. Stretch your legs. Get some water. We'll be right back. Ads! We back from the ad break. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Alrighty then. In it. So this would... One might... Jeez. Okay, I'm thinking, let's make a UI real quick. Okay. We'll need some corner action. How do I want to do this? Do I want like maybe a bit of no. Posture check and hydrate. Yo, my posture's so ass right now. So's my hydration status. Do any of your other human beings measure your hydration status in ppm, parts per million? Do you do it in moles? Number of moles? Milliliters? I'm trying to figure out what other humans do. Other human beings like me, you know? P per minute? Okay. What's the average P per minute rate? Bladder damage. Use HP on the bladder. Okay. Visarion, thank you very much for the follow. Also, Oblivion Lucas from 8 minutes ago. Much appreciated. I measured in headache or no headache. What's your HBD? I don't know. Your headaches per day. You got a pretty good ratio when it comes to HBD. How did I do it up here? Okay. Like that. I think also with this texture, I mean, we'll see. Whatever. Let's just keep going. Incredible. God damn it. Motherfucker. This song makes me think of Satisfactory. just because I don't know, it gives me satisfactory vibes. Just because I think it's from stream or something, you know. I always hear it when I'm on stream. Do I want to do this kind of thing here? I mean, maybe. It looks like a button. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. Yeah, it looks like shit. All right, I'm just gonna go with this. It doesn't really matter. We just need something to work with. Sure, whatever. Okay. Navigating my desktop. How dry your mouth is. Okay. Zero to 2? Jeez. In Greece, I did manage to overhydrate one day, so a headache is on both. Oh, jeez. Array of emotions. Oh my god. I know those feels. Thank you very much for the follow. Dream State 42. Thank you. As an example, was just a circle. Oh, interesting. But then it got stretched out in Godot. Yeah, that's what I was thinking, because with this 9 thingy box, like the way that it'll work, right, from my understanding, is like this will be like one corner, and then they'll just repeat this part, and then this will be the next corner. So this part here can be like as long as it needs to be. But I'm kind of curious how that actually plays out, because like part of me then sort of wonders, well, what happens if I want to have some sort of like texture throughout, like, I don't know, it's papyrus or something. How does that handle that case? Is that just something that gets overlaid on top? Can I use this massive thing and scale it? We're about to find out. Okay, anyway, maybe I do need to scale it down. So now we should have some dialog box texture. Can I just do this? I can. Right. See? Right. Precisely. And then maybe what you could do is you could have this part here be smaller, right? And it would...
You're giving me a fuckle.
I presume it would tile, and then it could be textured. But in this particular case, we can just go with this. Now, this might be useful. This is probably pointless if I want a dialog box that's always just going to be fixed in the same size on the screen. But it could be that, like, maybe I want to animate this to be bigger, right? And then maybe this system will take care of that stretching and becoming bigger, you know? So that's something to consider later. Again, it's not something that I'm working on right now, but okay, well, we can see that my I don't see my corners. Not entirely sure why. Everything is moved. Oh. Oh, it's these margins here. Look at that. That's kind of cool. So if I close this now, I can just make that 8 everywhere. Ah, stretch or tile fit. Interesting. Oh, you can choose whether you want to draw the middle or not. There's my... Okay, wait. There's my corner. Hey, it's working. I don't know if I need this thing. Maybe I don't. So maybe here I can add like rich text label. That's right. Rich text label. You can only only people earning over 7 figures can read the text. Do you guys see any text? Because I fucking don't. Oh, God. Jesus. All right. Look at this. Okay. Oh, wow. Just how big is that? It's fucking massive. This rectangle is massive. It's a big rectangle. Should you test the text box with ridiculously long text? Yes, I should. Incredible writing. Oh, you can see it, T-Man? Have been watching the stream half an hour and just now got email saying you're live. Thanks for... Yeah, and my Discord bot doesn't even fucking work anymore. I have to look into that. So I manually do it. Hey, wait up. Stream elements. Why are you... You shouldn't be. Stream settings. No. Hey. Custom bot. Okay, there we are. Yeah, so do consider, if you want to actually be notified when I go live, do consider joining my Discord. We can hang out in between streams. We share pictures, talk a little bit, things like that. And then there's actually notifications that will go out when I'm live. I will do it myself if my bot doesn't do it. So, yeah. It's Braille. Yeah, it is. Most important question, when will Josh play test the game? Who knows? Who knows? I kind of want to say I don't think it's the kind of game that he could sort of break or abuse. But then again, he's fucking Josh. I know better than to actually believe that. You never know, right? Crescent accent. Marius wishing me happy birthday. Is it your birthday? Okay. Howdy, partner. My name's Marius, and I'm wishing you a happy birthday. Vamonos! Yeah, you didn't see that one coming, did you? It's actually your birthday. Happy birthday, Happy Potato. And there's a dev channel. There is, yes. You look like shit, thanks. All right. Let's check here. Rich text. BB code. Well, how does BB code work? Can I do like bold? I can. Doesn't support, okay. But it does support it. How do I... Oh, here. Oh, look! Seti, thank you very much for the follow. Aladdin, thank you very much. And it's Cave. Eden Iho, thank you very much. The follows, everyone. Appreciate it. Bum, bum, bum. So now another thing that I sort of vaguely looked into was like, there's this font shit, right? Where you make themes, and I don't really understand it very well right now, so I don't want to get into it, because right now I just want my dialogue strings to open a text box, and that is all. So that's all we're going with for now. But can I... Okay, that's very small. That's insanely big. What was I thinking? Okay. Okay, we have a discrepancy here between the size of my border and the size of this text, but here, whatever. For now. Okay. I guess I'll follow my favorite form of CM. Welcome. How does Godot compare with more commercial frameworks? There's certainly some higher level things that I take for granted in other things, other engines, that when I come across to this, it's either not quite there, or either documentation might not be quite there, or there's not as much community information out there as you would find. But that's not necessarily like... Some of that is just because it's a niche engine and there's just less people using it, so there's less information out there. But then also it can maybe also just be like the thing is, every engine I've used, I come across shit where I'm like, wait, why doesn't this work the way that I thought? And so I don't really know if that is happening more with Godot than anything else. Part of me thinks that I feel like this would be harder for someone who's new, because I think that they would come across issues and not really know where to go to solve them. But then I also wonder if that's actually the case with Unreal Engine and Unity as well anyway, or Unreal Engine more so. So I'm actually not really too sure. The one thing that I know about tools when you make games is that they never work as good as you imagine, but they work really well. And Godot is kind of the same. So it works. It works. Yeah. It works. It's pretty nice too. It's pretty nice. There's like a lot of good things. A lot of good things in it as well. You get really far just out of the box. I don't know. I think it's all right. I think it's comparable. I honestly don't think I know the other engines well enough, even despite having used Unreal Engine for so long. I know that there's a lot of holes in what I know and understand about those engines, so it's really hard to compare. At the end of the day, I feel like I'm having the game engine experience when I use Godot. For better or worse, you know what I mean? And while I run into problems in other engines too. And so at the end of the day, it's the same shit of banging your head against the wall trying to find a solution to some problem. Some very hyper-specific problem that you're having that no one else has had. And that's just kind of... It's just kind of it, so... It's pretty good, I think. Hope you're feeling good today and progress is going well. I am feeling good today. I'm feeling quite good today. We had some incredible progress with the translation stuff that I demoed earlier in the stream. I'll try put a standalone video out about it, maybe. Yeah. And I think the fact that that went well yesterday makes me feel a lot better today. Which is maybe not a very good thing if my well-being and happiness is tied to my productivity with work. But that's where we are right now. So not a single engine is perfect. You just have to adjust and make it work the way you want it to. No matter how many hoops you have to jump through. Exactly, Tosfera. Also, nice to see you again. That's it's been a while, I feel. I remember you. But that's true. There no single engine is perfect. I think if there was one, then we wouldn't have multiple engines, right? Game engines is not a solved science by any means, so. Missed the last stream. Sag, the last stream was rough. Don't worry about it. It's also on the VODs channel. If you really want to go back, I got my VODs channel here. Before that, a few weeks? Wait, were you here a few weeks ago, Tosfera? Jeez. I'm blanking. The only option left is to make your own. I couldn't make an engine remotely as good as this. Ever. Write everything in machine language. Actually, I played a game recently called Human Resource Machine. I actually played it a very, very long time ago on stream, like years ago on stream. And then I hadn't played it since. And recently I started playing it again, and I really, really loved it. And I finished all the puzzles. And I did all the optimization challenges in it. And it was such a great way. Like, it was just all it was just all machine language programming, that game. But it feels like a puzzle game. But it's really just, how do you solve these simple operations using, like, assembly? And anyone who hasn't done programming before might not realize that they're writing assembly code. Yeah, it's a really good game. It was really fun. Super fun. Human Resource Machine. A second one is out. I don't want to get it because I know that if I get that game, I won't eat, I won't sleep, I won't shower, I won't stream, I won't develop, I won't see friends, I won't do anything. I will only play that game. So I haven't played the second one yet. Genros, hello. RegBit4, hello. Thank you very much for the follow. It's like have a bug in some games. You search info and don't find any because no one had that bug before. Yep. Gonna have to catch up a lot of streams because I'm gonna Rome next week. Okay. Well, on my VODs channel, by the way, I do have a playlist of all the streams, and I am chasing watch time right now, so I can get that channel into the YouTube Partner Program. And so I have mentioned it a few times on stream, and I've mentioned it in videos. And first thing I want to say is we're making great progress. So thank you, everyone. I think when I made that one video and I mentioned it, we were at 900 hours watch time. That was a few weeks ago. Now we are at 2,700 hours. 3 times as much. And we need 4,000. So getting there. So I really appreciate it, everyone who's been watching that channel. If you've been just binge watching it to rack up watch time, then appreciate that as well. Thanks. 4,000 within a year. Exactly. Yeah. And that channel's been around for like 2 months, 3 months. So I think there's a decent chance we'll get there. Very, very decent chance. It can be my reward for finishing my game. Yeah, I can't wait to play Human Resource Machine 2 at the end of my game. My first and most experienced programming language is Python. Okay. I do. And GDScript is near Python. Yeah. Knew this would be good for me. Thank you. You let this play in the background, your VODs? Thank you, Dizzies. Just an FYI, though, I think the watch time only counts the first time you watch it. So if you're out there and you're replaying any of my videos, you can replay it if you want to do that. But in terms, if you're helping me get watch time, I don't think it actually contributes. Fortunately, yeah. YouTube watch time is a hurdle and a milestone. Yeah, it is. Okay. So we have dialog message here with BB code. One other thing that I might want is another one of these. So this is message container. This is message text. One thing I'm anticipating is the need for 9, the person's name container. And then here we can maybe just do a regular label. Also this, I think we can go to localization and do not auto-translate. We don't need this either because I'm going to do translation on my own. This one here, turn off localization. We can take the dialog box again for now. Oh, how do I anchor? Here we are. The region, edit region. Why does this change every time? This is bizarre. This was 8 on everything else. I want a minimum. So from here, I want a minimum width, ideally. Not this. Stretch. Tile. Who knows? Layout. Here, custom minimum. Right? And this label here. This is Frank. Oh, Jesus. So some things that I'm gonna, like, jeez, I feel bad for y'all because I know how fucking deep I'm gonna go into dialogue messages for my game. Like, there's so many accessibility things that I want to consider. Like, I want to consider font scaling. I want to consider if this text, if someone scales their font size up, then the text box will have to be bigger, right? Or the text can be scrollable so that if the text goes over a certain limit, it'll like fade out, but there'll be like an arrow saying, you know, whatever, and you just push down or something like that, and then it'll like just nudge up and down. So that like even if you use bigger text with font scaling, and even if translated strings are really long, then you know you can still just do that little scroll thingy. So I want to, but that is down the line. That is not right here, right now. Right now, I don't know how to use UI in Godot. So right now, we just need to get something going and get some code paths to open it up. We can extend all that stuff later with better behaviors. QRT 42, thank you very much for the follow. That doesn't make sense. The spiffing Brit got 2,000% watch time short because of people replaying it. I wonder if it's different from shorts then. Well, okay, well, I could just be completely wrong. But that's what I understood. Someone had told me about that. Maybe that's not true. Maybe what you're saying is only true for shorts. I don't know. Have to look into it. Time count, different IP, maybe. Okay. Interesting. All right, well, whatever. Yeah. Have made me realize I love logistics. I might try to pursue a career in it. Nice. Go for it. Best way to get into game development? The most important thing to get into game development is to just do it, right? And one thing I think to keep in mind, though, is your vision of what it will be like when you do it will not match what your experience will be like. So actually doing game development feels very different to what you might think it looks like. But you do still, if you stick with it, you do still get to that point where like, now I have a game. Now I made this feature. Now I've learned these skills. Now I'm, more free to like create different things because I've gotten better and I understand how things work better. You still get to that point eventually, but just understand that the part before it, where you're learning, is one that is quite frustrating. It's not easy. It can be demoralizing. But if you just keep going and you keep researching, you keep trying, and every time you run into a new problem, you don't get discouraged. You just go, all right, well, this is what game development is like. I run into problems and I solve them, right? So I'm just going to keep trying to solve the problem or look for some other whatever. If you just keep doing that, you'll just get better. And that's just kind of it. And I know that that's pretty vague. It's because there's not really one good way to get into it, because it all depends. You don't have to learn a specific programming language. You don't even have to be a programmer, right? Like maybe you don't want to be a programmer. You want to do other parts of game development. So, yeah. But there's no substitute for actually just making games. There's no substitute, because there are so many lessons you learn when you're actually trying to make something with a goal in mind, and to finish something. There's so many lessons you learn there that are outside the realm of how does a programming language work, or how should I cut up my 3D models or whatever. Like, there's all these other random lessons that you need to learn to make it happen. So you have to just do it. Tutorials can be helpful to get you started on certain things, of course. And although there are exceptions, keeping the scope reasonable for early projects, yeah, I think you should set the scope to be insanely small. Think of the smallest thing you can make and then make something smaller. Because the things that you imagine, right? I don't know how I can sort of show this. If we have like a little Venn diagram here, all right? It's like, and this is my game. No one can read this. This is my game, right? And before I start working on the game, I go, it's gonna have all these things in it, right? But first of all, even if you're like a skilled game developer, there's like this much. This pink part here, this is shit that you didn't even think of. That's actually part of your game, right? And then if you're new, or even if you're not new, there's always holes in your knowledge, right? Then that takes up like another portion, right? And then if you're new, then like the holes are actually like this. So what you thought, you thought this part was all you needed to do, when in reality, it's all of this, right? So that's why when I say think of a game and then think of something even smaller, because the point isn't to do this part. If you're learning game development, this blue part here is your game, okay? This is your game. The actual, like, whatever you think you're making, right? If you're learning game development, you need to learn this part for sure, right? You still need to make your game, but there's all of this shit that's necessary that you need to learn as well, right? And this could be the grunt work of like the actual programming or something. But like there's all this other random shit that you could never have foreseen that you need to learn and that need to go into it. So that's why you need to like actually set a project and start working on it, and then you run into all this shit. And then you learn that shit, and then the next time you work on it, you spend less time doing that shit and more time working on your game. And then you get better. And now it's like this. Right? And then most of your effort actually goes into finishing your game and not fucking around with random shit. If that makes any sense. So if you're making a game, make a whole thing. Don't just focus on one language. Don't necessarily just focus on one engine. Just make a whole entire game. Put sounds in there. Get interactions going. Make some art, even if you're not an artist. Learn how to export it in the end. Yeah, cocky and painting the whole circle. Yeah. Don't start with an MMO. You should honestly start with something really mundane and boring, but then just be really proud of finishing it. Right? So like make like some shitty little app that has buttons that spits out text. Right? Or like make a little calculator, an interactive calculator that just does basic adding, subtracting, things like that. And then if you want to, if you get the basic thing down, add like square root buttons, add some, extra stuff. And then it's like, no, you don't have this great thing at the end, but like you learned how to like, how do I deal with interacting? How do I deal with like clearing this dialog screen? How do I deal with like edge cases of input? All these like weird things. You will learn so much more than you thought you needed to learn. Yep. There it is. It's all those soft and supportive skills that are really, really, really valuable. With game dev. The better you know the relationships between all sorts of things, the more flexible you can be with your solutions for things. Yeah. I mean, that's a dialog box, right? Looks like one to me anyway. Okay, so right now I think this is actually anchored to be like that, right? So that's like the whole ass fucking screen. This is the whole ass right here. So if I have this game UI thing then, scenes, and we add a dialogue message, we just hard code one there. What does that look like? Okay. See as relative. Oh, a scroll bar. Oh, it comes with a scroll bar. Hey, I wanted to make that functionality. Will I be able to use a scroll bar? Scroll active. Oh. We'll see. Let's not get too excited. Why is this? Dude, I don't even know how to attach this to my fucking screen. Is it this again? That's fine. State management is a fun thing to learn as well. It's annoying, yeah. Hazelfeld, thank you very much for the follow. And Leafbeth, thank you. Square button will DDLC true. Calculator battle pass. Good guy, Frank, yeah. And microtransactions to my calculator. Who's the cute little guy running around? That's chat. That's you. It's you. What? Hmm? I really need to just sit down and do research on dialogue stuff. Usually I learn stuff from tutorial videos to get started, and I always feel weird about doing that on stream. So, Dialogue message. I want this to be... Oh, is that what's happening? I do want that to be like that. But then this one... Or maybe I don't? No, I do. I want this to be the size of the screen. No, I want this to be the size of the screen. Okay, so that's the whole ass there. It's the full rectum. It's the full rectum. It's the whole ass. Hippo the Legend, thank you very much for the follow. Yeah, last stream was hard because chat was running around. I couldn't focus. What says exclamation mark? It's saying, I think it's talking about that z-index over control only affects the drawing order, not the input event handling. I don't really know why it's telling me this because I'm not trying to do any event handling, but I mean, go off, I guess. I'm sure there's just something I'm not understanding. Layout direction. Ooh. Oh, right to left just changes it to the rights. Look at that. Oh. Does this need like a horizontal? Chat, relax. You need to add canvas layer as a parent to the game UI. Canvas layer. canvas layer. Is this what this needs? Wait, why? Oh, that's my phone. Got a notification. Can be hidden, and they can optionally follow the viewport. Interesting. So this is like a group. Default scene will render at Z index 0, and then the canvas layer and everything underneath within it, if I set it to 1, will always supersede anything in the 2D scene, no matter what of their Z index. I think that's what I'm getting from this so far. I'll zoom in so you guys can read it as well if you want. Hidden, and they can optionally also follow the viewport. Okay. Makes them useful for HUDs, like health bar overlays. On layers 1 and higher. You can go higher than 1 too. Okay. I need to check my weird code here now though. Because I did this weird stuff where I wonder if I even need to do this anymore, if that's the case. One. Okay, well let's see if we I don't remember how I handle my level loading and stuff like that. Let's just try this out first. See what happens. Oh, I don't think I set the lock to viewport thing yet. That's not working. But there was layout. Oh, this thing here. Follow viewport enabled. Tricked everyone to looking at their phone, sorry. You can start a new project after you finish learning. No. gonna use this project, but like a lot of the stuff that's here might be placeholder for the moment, and will get ripped out and remade. But I don't think I'll start a new project per se. Why does that appear, but this doesn't appear? Losing my fucking mind. Is it one of the anchors of this? Not that. If I make that full rectum, what happens? If we got whole ass with this, okay. Do we see this if I set it to this? We do. Interesting. And I mean, this would need... what am I looking for? I'm looking for the minimum. Why doesn't this... Oh, am I supposed to do this? Hey, chat, Frank's got something to say. Can I move this around? Should this be on the root and not Game Master? Maybe. Which is what we were trying to do with this before. Does this mimic what I was doing before? Maybe. We'll see. Okay, so now it is here. That was what I was trying to achieve. It's still not stuck to my screen though. Should this be under my camera? Maybe. Where do I get my camera from? I forget. I forget where I get my camera from. Is it from the main character? It might be. It might be. Ba-da-bum, ba-bum, bum, bum. Wait, where's my camera? Oh, it's here. I see. Maybe it needs a camera to be attached to. So if I do this, does my camera still work? It does. Okay. If I add a dialog message here. Well, I might need the canvas layer, I guess. Canvas layer. Take your canvas bags. Take your canvas bags. You guys seen that? Tim mentioned. Getting rid of the warning there. Okay, so if that's the case, let's maybe delete that from this. Let's see how that behaves. Okay, it's stuck to the screen. It's just down. It's just down here. It's just down here. That's the problem. Your camera's in the closet. Go get it, Brett. Right click is full. Yep. Can't read too small font. Yes. Progress. We're getting there. We're getting there. Follow viewport. Okay. Ads! 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 Okay. We'll be right back. 3-minute break. Be right back, folks. You went to the toilet at the perfect timing. Thanks for sharing. I'm glad to hear that. Wait. Follow viewport. Wait a bit. Maybe I don't want to follow viewport. I want it to be at a fixed position on the screen, even if the camera moves. When it says fixed position on the screen here, does it mean in the space in the world or on the screen? What that's supposed to be? No, that's just like a notification that ads might be running. For some people, it might not be running for you, but so I just take a break during the those ad segments. Okay. We did it. We actually did it. Hey, y'all want some text? Okay. There's an issue here, which is that I don't even think I want a camera on the main character. Or, I mean, maybe I do, but... I really want my UI to not be dependent on my camera, my character, or my camera for that matter. If I want to just show UI on the screen and not in world space, I feel like I ought to be able to do that. Okay, so I mean that's interesting that we were able to do that, but it's kind of what I was hoping with this. How did I make this work? Didn't follow viewport. Let's just take these, put them under Game Master UI again. Or... really don't want it tied to the camera. Oh! It's not tied to the camera anymore. Let's go, gamers. Oh my god. We are actually video gaming right now. Holy cow. Holy cow. You can release tomorrow. I agree. What do you think? $80? 80? Do we go maybe $90 per month? What do you guys think? How much? How much y'all paying? $69? That's a bit low. Maybe I can start with a sale. Per week? 95, Anna? I mean, you got a job now. Right? You could afford it. Could $120 a day. $99 per gotcha pull. That's fair. I think that's pretty reasonable, honestly. Hey, Dexath. $150 version for the whales? Yeah. I mean, I'm a big fan of the whales. They're big. If you guys have seen my Norwegian beluga whale clip, that's out there. I'm a huge fan of whales. $99 per month. $129 if you want to be able to move the camera. That's true. Not everyone wants to move the camera, so they can just take the more affordable option, right? If they don't need the movement, you know. 10 per new dialogue, true. It costs money to make dialogue, yeah. Collector's edition for $330. I mean, that's a bit low, but we could do something like that. Maybe Dexeth, yeah. Free bad microtransactions, yeah. Yeah, game is free. Loot box for 1K, yeah. Yeah, you guys, I think we're on the same wavelength. $15 a month per inventory slot. There's or you can pay a one-time fee of $1,500, and then you can start stacking items. Like you get item stacks up to 99, and then you can pay more if you want to extend that. Yeah. Pay per time you start the game. True. That'd be interesting. Never close the game. Posture check and hydrate. Posture was pretty good right now, actually. Could use some hydration though. Camera's DLC, I thought. Yeah. Saving is a paid option. Yep. It's a donation, not an actual transaction. Well, obviously, when you buy the game, you're just buying the license, right? And my license says that I can do whatever the fuck I want with the game at any point in time ever. Also, no refunds. I don't want the other one. Oh yeah. Wait, where's this? Where's this from? Custom data. Oh yeah. Yeah, that's from one of the tile maps. Yeah. You're sending alpha keys to Simon? I'm not dealing with that guy again. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Demo should be $42. Yeah, just so you can try the game out, right? Okay. So the dialogue is fucking insane. Insanely massive. So we can maybe make that just chill for a second. Just for a little bit. Bum, 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 bum. I want this to stretch, though. Can this stretch to the contents? Axis stretch. Stretch. Tile fit. Stretch. Like if this changes, I want this to stretch with it. Should it be the other way around? Probably not, right? The draw order feels weird here. I can figure that out later. It's not really what I want to solve right now. Alright, so message text could maybe chill just a little bit. Alright. This has this error again. Crying about this. Make the yellow exclamation mark go away. How does this look on screen? It's a little more reasonable. It's still a little big. We also need like a portrait space on the left at some point. Again, one step at a time. Atsuno Okan! Konnichiwa. お疲れ様です。お疲れ様です。shit. その漢字読めないです。ちょっと待ってください。something 業作業。作業は順調ですか。今日は順調です。順調は like okay, right? Like pretty good, going well? Going well, yeah. 今日は順調です。昨日も大丈夫でした。ちょっとだけ、日本語の翻訳ができました。ゲームで。これです。日本語のなんていうカウンター則とか本とかそれもできます。Yeah. Gesundheit? Yeah. Wait, does this font actually have Japanese support? Oh, it does! Okay. We can actually test the translations. Okay. That is reasonably unoffensive dialogue box. So maybe what we can do is maybe we can have like a dialogue container that we put the dialogue boxes in instead of just slapping it onto game UI, because maybe there's a reason to do that. I feel like there might be. Let's see if this still works. Sure. Looks broken. That's nice. So what was this one's? I can't see what the anchor is set to. What was it set to? Layout. Was it full rectum? Does it need to be full rectum as well? Position or anchors? Full rectum. Okay. Okay. Sure. So maybe Game Master then, in that case. All Comic Sans, let's go, yeah. Okay. Game UI. I think I like the capital first letter, but with the underscore for privates. And then this one, oh no, that rename didn't work. Dialog container. This is tricky because this terminology is used elsewhere for something else. So I don't know if I want to dialog container, dialog UI, dialog UI, whatever, who cares? I certainly don't. Oh, that was quiet, by the way. Hello, how you doing, buddy? I didn't even register. My first day streaming, by the way. You understand, right? Game UI. Dialog container UI. Debug drawer. We don't need anymore. Do we get compile errors with that? We don't. Fantastic, mate. actually. Maybe for convenience sake, we can have a dialogue message scene that I can instantiate from. Because why not? What is this, packed scene? Is that what that is? Is that how I don't have to do resource load each time? I mean, I guess I can. Message scene, boom. Maybe that works. Maybe it doesn't work. And then if we want to show dialogue, show dialogue, and in here we'll have a dialogue dialogue string, character emote, yes. String, which is actually not a string, by the way, just so you know. But here we will we have the scene. Okay, so it'll be dialogue message scene dot instantiate is control fine? I don't know what type I need. DMS. And then we go to dialogue container UI dot add child DMS. And then in here, we will then take that string and put the string in and all that kind of stuff. All that kind of fancy shenaniganery. If you're picking up what I'm putting down. Posture check and hydrate. Posture is not too terrible. Your first day too quiet. Nice. Hello, Brizzolator. Every day to be the first. I mean, yeah, it's every day is a new day. Maybe we can do a, if it exists, just switch the string. That could be interesting. Let's close dialogue. Close dialogue. Remove child. Oh, it has to be a node. Do I save a reference to the current dialogue? I mean, if that's the case, if I'm just going to have one, potentially two, maybe I might want another dialogue on top. But even if there's two, maybe it's better that I actually just have the dialogue there. And I just show or hide it. But I might want to play an animation, but that's still fine too. I could just show it and play the animation if I want to do that. That does make sense to this face. Yeah, it really does, actually. In that case, maybe I won't need this. Get out of here. But then how do I check to see if a certain dialogue is active? I mean, I can have a flag. I can always just check if it's visible. There are ways. There are ways. But then maybe I don't need this container if I do it this way. Maybe this can just be the dialog message. Let's just roll with this for now. Visible. Just true. True! And then if I want to hide it, false! Easy as that. Easy as pie. Okay, so if we're not using the text test anymore, maybe we can make a function here. Public bool is dialog showing. Return dialog dot visible. Yep. And then here we can do if is dialog showing. If it's showing, hide close dialog. I just wrote Ekans for the Pokemon. Show dialog. Yo, programming is so easy. I spent all this time making dialogue, and all you need to do is just show it. Just show the dialogue. Just show. Oh, but I need to show it with a dialogue string. Right. Well. There can be two kinds. One's with a dialogue string and one is with an actual string. And that actually does make sense. Well, bam. So this one will show a dialogue with just that string in it. This one will show, like, if there's character portraits, if it needs to translate the strings, etc., etc. And that will work for now. So right now we should have a button that will show and hide the dialogue. I didn't build this, so I don't know if it's actually working. Yo, you're the guy from Satisfactory. Love your way of presenting yourself and your project. Nice. Didn't know you coded too. Yeah, I do a lot of stuff. A lot of the programming, game dev stuff. For sure, for sure. Thank you for the kind words. Glad that you enjoyed my work. Thank you. There are two dialogues inside of you. Wait, you spelled dialogue with the G-U-E. All right, chat. I'll do a poll. Dialogue versus dialogue. I don't know which one I like. Here, 1 minute poll. Go crazy. I want to know, how do you spell dialogue? Dialogue way is a conversation. Dialogue is a modal. Why you do this? I mean, I don't know. I've been back and forth on this over the past week as well. I've like deleted and rewritten my code so many times. I spelled dialogue in Swedish. Okay. Yeah, that's why I spell it this way. It's because of Swedish. Okay. We're getting errors. I didn't do this. Okay. Should be hidden by default, but... Oh! Chat. Alright. Oh, here's the results. Oh, Dialogue Way won! 61% to 39%. Holy cow. Alright. Dialogue Way. Okay. Alright. But chat. Look at that. Look at that shit. You seen this? Chat, where are you taking me? Chat, where are you taking me? I just got hijacked by chat. Bam. Text from Frank. No more text from Frank. Not bad. Not bad. We could also maybe do some shit here where like the character controller is in here. It is. GameMaster.pgGameMaster.getGameMaster. Is dialog showing? It's not showing. Alright, so look here. I'm moving around. Dialog opens. Can't move anymore. Can't move. And then if I press the interact key, boom, dialog gone. Now we can move. Oh! Not bad. Alright, that's pretty sick. It's pretty fucking sick, actually. Incredible. Wow. He's logged by dialogue check. Now's your chance. Isn't hijacking you our job? I guess it is, Jamorian. Not that mad. KB2, thank you very much for the follow. Also, Quakey Jakey and Brizzolator before. Salaxi, Karamba Max. Wow, there's so many I missed. Morkback, Bao Steinchen, Hippo the Legend, and then now Toejam. Thank you very much, everyone. I appreciate the follows. Helps a lot.
Gee Willikers.
Hurry, dialogue away.
Yeah, dialogue away. Thank you very much for the 100 bits, Haptic Potato. Much appreciated. Thank you. That's pretty cool. All right. Now, what if? You hear that? That wasn't me. My fucking neighbors. Jesus. I mean, at least it's that kind of drilling. It could be like a really different kind of drilling, and then maybe I'd have to mute actually for TOS purposes. So yeah, they are. Yeah. It won because it's too early for the US. Yeah. All right. What's that noise? I don't know. It's like Texas Chainsaw Massacre. They're coming for me. Holy shit. Okay. Nice. So the way that I don't really have like super great and super well thought out ways of like executing interact functions and stuff like that, but I had some kind of system in place that should be extendable, but I'm not. I have to trial it out. So we can try right now that when I interact with the tree, it says I'm a tree. All right? Very good. Very, very good idea, I think. So we got a testing. We got a tree here. I know that the tree already. I know that the tree already does something. I know it does. Interactable. Calls GTFO. I'm a tree. And then it has some generic dialogue text here. This is not how that's going to work. Unless... Now that I have my... Chat! Look how it's spelled! There really are two dialogues inside me. I made this. Jeez. Alright, so now that I have my own parser, it could actually be that I can just have dialogue text like this. But I don't think I should do it this way. It's convenient to do it this way. We will see. We will see how it goes. For now, no, I don't think I like it. I don't think I like it. It makes too much of an assumption that when we interact with something, we want dialogue to pop up, and that it's going to be one kind of dialogue when it really won't be. So I'm going to get rid of that completely. But we should have interact functions now. So PG interact functions here. We had GTFO before. Shouldn't be that anymore. So if we go in here and we say I'm a tree, then what we can do is in here we'll like load a PG dialog container. Dialog container equals resource dot load, no, resource loader dot load PG dialog container, and then we pick a dialog. For this, we want the path, which could be from PG text helpers dot dialog root path plus so let's make resources, characters, dialogue. Make a folder here just called, I don't know, NPCs. And then in here we'll make a new resource, which will be a dialogue container. We'll call this one dialogue tree. I'm a tree. Okay. This shit is so annoying. Nice. It could be that interactables, instead of a dialogue way text, they take a dialogue way dialogue resource. That's entirely possible. And if they have that, then they just do a generic thing. Ah, fuck it. This is fine. Okay. So then here we say NPC slash NPCs, I think. No, that has a slash. So NPCs slash tree. That should open that. And then we say we have this. And then we say text helpers dot. Maybe we do using static PG text helpers. Let's even show. Jesus, show. No, wait. Dialog string. Index. That gets the string, and then we can say get game. Hear that shit? I'm going insane. It's not PC, it's my neighbor. Tree with an owl family.
Gee
All right.
willikers.
Yep. All right. Pulse check and hydrate first of all. Let's do that one real quick. And then requesting an accent. Tree with an owl family. It's so annoying. All right, here we go. Howdy, partner. My name's Jason. I'm a tree. That's right. And I'm filled with an entire family of owls. Hoot, hoot, they're saying all day long. And also, there's a really fucking annoying woodpecker up there fucking pecking away. Vominos. Grumpy tree. I mean, trees are stereotypically quite grumpy. Try to drill into my home, right? They don't know they could just join chat. Yeah, now who's annoying? My shitty accents or the drilling. It's fair. It's okay. They got to do stuff, right? When you're at home, you know, you got to drill. And it's like middle of the day. There's no better time to do it, so. So this is all I should be able to do. And that should just say I'm a tree. It should just work. It should just work, chat. Generally, when you're making video games, you just make it work. And then it just does. Right? Oh yeah, wait. Let's get rid of that as a default. Wait, it's not going to say I'm a tree, though. It's not going to say that yet. All right, in that case, we shouldn't test it. Because I want more bang for the buck. Bang for the buckaroony. Here we are. So when we do this, it shouldn't be showing anymore. And then it'll show. Yeah. Let's actually go in here. Dialog string. Oh. Maybe I should have just passed this. Actually, this works fairly well. Maybe this helper should be here. No, I think this is probably okay. There's some improvements I think I want to make here, workflow-wise, to make this cleaner. So I don't have to type this, then this, then this, then this, and then specify the dialogue every time I want to do dialogue. But functionally, this is okay, and this will work. Okay. Yeah, right. So the way it should be is dc.getString 0. That passes to here now. No, here. That will pass to here. Yeah. Dialog message UI dots. This currently is a control, but we can make it. Can I make it a rich? No, it's a control. Maybe I need a script here so I can attach the labels for easier access. I think so. Attach script. C# control, that's fine. UI dialog message. I think that's probably okay. UI dialog message. PG UI dialog message. Don't think we need these. Public rich text label dialog message. We'll export that bad boy. Message name tag. This one will be a label, a label actually. And if we build this here, we should have that here. We don't. Control does not have a dialog message UI. Yep, just chill for a sec. There we are. So message text label should be that. Yep. That's fine. So here we go, get the message. Should be dialog message, should just be message. Yeah. This won't be that anymore. This will be PGUI dialog message. Right? In it? Does this build? Does. This should probably break somewhere. It didn't. Change type. Do I have to make that a global class if I, or is this fine? This is one part of Godot that like weirds me out. Is like that thing in the game is a control, but it's also this. Just kind of wacky. It's wacky when you think about it. Yeah, okay, whatever. That seems to be correct. Maybe. Okay, now we'll have the message, which equals string dots string dots get cached okay, that's this here. Dialog container gets cached. Get cached. Cached? No, there's no caching. Of course there's no caching. What's the... Is this where I do PG text? Hoppers dot get dialog string. Oh, really? We're nearly there. We're nearly there. Oh, this just gets the string, huh? What, do I just do dialog strings? Is that all? No. Protected. Get all strings. That's what I wanted. Where am I? Here. This is not a thing anymore. That is lying to me, I think. Dialog string. So confusing. Public dialog string should work. Oh, it's because of this. Oh, that's why we don't do it this way. Okay, okay. Past Jace was right. Let's backtrack. Past Jace was right. There's a reason. Sure, dialog. This should be PG dialog container, and then an index. String to rich text label, right? So this would be that string text. This will be the same, but this will just be that string. Ideally, maybe we can call that from here. Maybe we just don't do this. We'll see. We'll see. Right, interactable functions. Here we load the tree. We pass in show dialog, don't get string, pass in DC, and then 0. And that should work. Posture check and hydrate. Thank you. Sorry for chat. I was in a rabbit hole. Look at the amount of classes that are in the game already. Nice to see Jace getting a lot of work done. Yeah, it's been productive. We've made progress. Thank you. What am I making? That'd be top secret. But we have the about game command here. That's all the information you need to know. Okay. Let's build this. Any issues? All right, here we are. Does the tree say, I'm a tree? This is the moment of truth. Fuck me. It didn't happen. Nobody look. Oh, that's why. Okay, here we are. Moment of truth. Does it say, I'm a tree? 3, tree, 2, 1. Oh, let's go! And then close. Can't move? Close. On the just work toggle and set to include bugs if false. Oh, I didn't think of that, Jamorian. We actually did it. There's a channel, Rock Knight Studios, that also makes games in Godot. If you ever need help, they also have a Discord. Oh, nice. It's really cool. First try. Actually, first try. Did you know if you stack 2 toilet paper rolls on top of each other, you get a paper towel roll? Oh, no. Yeah, I should have just did what you guys said, which is just turn bugs to false. Yeah. Okay, so a couple more things to do with this. For this to be good, we also have dialog message name tag, right? That's a label dot text. Dialog container dot this I don't have functionality for right now, but yeah. Basically what I want to do is I want to get the character name character. This is not a hard thing to do. I just need to think of where I want to do it. So basically what I've got in the dialogues is like an enum of all the characters. And then I just need some way to map that enum to like that character's resource and then load that in. There's so many ways I can do it. I just don't want to do it right now. So what I can say as a hack is what is this complaining about? Yeah, sure. It's not equal. None. Then we will show the nameplate. dot visible equals true. Maybe actually this would be better. It's just a ternary. It's a bit gross, but it's already gross and needs to be rewritten anyway. So if it's not none, then that's true. Ture or flosser. And then at some point here, I need to have some way of fetching the character's localized name. I do have that. I already have like a character name. I already have this, right? All I just need to do is I just need to pass in the PG character descriptor. That's all. And I have to create that link at some point. Oh.
Ads!
Okay. Ad break. 3-minute break. And then we'll continue.
Ads! 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 Ads!
I still have to make the commands, and what I want to do, I think it's going to be really fun, is I think it would be annoying if it was just constantly like really long, but I think it'd be really funny and kind of cute if it just goes, you know, like different pitches. So occasionally you just hear a little while streaming. I think that'd be fun. Okay, so now we'll show or hide the name tag if we have one. This feels, I'm getting a feeling of this never being used, so I'm going to delete it. But we can always reintroduce that later. It's always good to try not to duplicate the same code when possible. It's not entirely possible to avoid that, but you know, you want to if you can. So right now I'm just going to not keep that there. Well, we were using it here, weren't we? But Well, we're not doing that anymore, so that's okay. We could have my little text test still here. Okay, now, that's all well and good. And we have an entire process to translate that. So let's go through the translation process right now and translate I'm a tree to Japanese. Okay? So we added this here. We added this here. And that's it. That's all we needed to do. So all I need to do is just export. This should just work. I see no errors. If we go to our translation pot file, this is not necessary to check, but let's check. This should have been updated, and there should be I'm a tree in here. There should be I'm a tree. There it is. Okay, that's great. So now if we open up our translation software and we update, I'm a tree is here. So if we chuck in I'm a tree. It's very small. You can't see this. The font is very small, right? But translation is there, saved. Now we're done. That is it. Literally done. I don't know if I have to restart the engine or not, but we can try it out. Okay. So if I go to the tree, it'll say I'm a tree. Okay, and we also messed this up a little bit, but that's okay. We can fix that. Now, if I switch to Japanese, press 9, locale set to Japanese. Moment of truth! Moment of truth! I can't do it. I'm too scared. I'm too nervous. Oh! Yes! Oh, thank God! Kida! And then switch back to English. I'm a tree! Oh! Oh, God, that feels so good. Thank God. Oh. Jeez.
Gee willikers.
It worked.
It worked. It worked. Thank you for the 100 bits. It worked. Oh, my God. Kita. Yes. Oh. Okay. Not bad. Not bad at all. There was something. Oh yeah, the name. The name. It's not name tag. It's the whole No, wait. What have I linked here? Dialog message. Oh, that's the label. I want the container to be hidden. I mean, I just do parent. Tag dot parent. Get parent. God. Control. Hey, no name. Japanese. Hey. Ooh, not bad. And now I add every other language on this planet. Well, if I want to add other languages, all I do is I send them that file, translators translate it, and then I go in here and I go add. That's it. That's all I have to do. And then like I'll have to add it to like a drop down in a menu or something. But that's it. Yeah, we can put that in for Swedish. Exactly. Let's do that real quick. Actually, I want to try it. Oh my God, Swedish. Jag är ett träd. I don't know what the code is for Swedish, actually. Is it SW? S? Maybe. Godot, locale, names. Codes? Codes? Locale codes? So, Swedish. SV, of course. Wrong thing. Okay. So then if instead of switching to Japanese, we switch to Swedish. Oh, I need to add it here. Add the translation. Emo should work as well. English. Switch to Swedish. Bam! Dude, so easy. Can as Pyres show? Yeah, language. Yeah, it's easy. Look how easy it is. I mean, all I have to do is just go here. If someone translates it, I just put that in here, and then have a way to change to that language. What is this little window? Okay. Yo, that is some seriously awesome shit. Holy cow! Pause to check and hydrate again. Hell yeah, let's go. So things that I need to do. Still map enum to characters, or if not enum, something. It could be, instead of using the enum, maybe don't use enum and just store resource instead in PG dialog string. That could work. Then I can get the characters' names. Oh, no, I don't want to do that. Not in PG dialog string. No. Because that would mean in a dialogue, like, I would have to, like, drag in the resource to here every single time, and I don't think I want to do that. And the number of people the number of characters that will have portraits in my game will be a limited number. It's manageable to make some kind of mapping system from an enum, and having the enum is very convenient. So I think I just need to make a mapping system between the enums and the character and these resources here, where the name and the portrait and things like that can be gotten. This needs to be easier. The dialogue string, that's fine. See, this is all I need to call to get a translated string from dialogue. Oh, I have a question. I know last time... I'll catch up on chat as well, actually. Swedish, yes, Anna. I actually have a question about contexts in translation. Okay, so I know that contexts are important, and these can be useful. For example, if I have the same string, I'm a tree, right? Like if I were to have like this 2 times, but this happens in a different scene, right? Like I don't know, or maybe someone else says this, and in this particular case, or like an example could be like what, and here could be what, right? But actually, given the context, these should be translated to be 2 different words. Just imagine that scenario, right? Well, the way that will work is that there's a context, and that's how the localization software or technology, whatever, determines which one to pull, right? Because it's like, yeah, they're the same string, but they're actually in 2 different contexts. One is said in one conversation, the other is said in another conversation. So my question is, for people who, if there's anyone here who's done localization before, maybe you're a translator, maybe you've helped on community projects before, what do you look for in a context here? Does this need to be meaningful to you, or can there be a more descriptive and meaningful comment? This happens at this point in the game that you can, I think comments like that or something. Does the context, does this have to be like meaningfully descriptive? Or is it enough to just kind of see like, oh, the tree says this at this point in the game, and unless there needs to be any other additional information about nuance, then I add that as a comment. Because it seems to me that this context should be more useful from a identifying and technology kind of standpoint. But I'm not sure if translators use that as a nuance detection kind of situation. You're a tree as well, nice. Does anyone here? No? Epic comment for sure, yeah. Is there a property on the tree? Yes. So in this case, the way this works is this is the folder, this is the name of the dialog resource, and this is the string ID in that dialog. So a dialog can have many strings, right? So that, maybe the tree says, I'm a tree, and then it says, you're not a tree, I'm a tree, you're not a tree, but let's be trees anyway, right? And so this is what the context implies here. It's this file and it's this string, right? So everything will be, when it comes to dialogues, every single dialogue will be translated independently. There'll never be double ups, even if maybe they could be. For simplicity's sake, every dialogue will need to be done separately. There could be other things like UI that can be generalized, but in this case, the dialogues need to be handled individually, and in these files they'd be ordered sort of in this way, if that makes sense. Is that good? Is that like a good context, or am I missing the point of how context ought to be used by translators? This game you're making, it looks cool. I'm just using a lot of test stuff right now with the game, so it's not really resembling what I want to make in the end at the moment, but I'm sick and tired could have 2 very different meanings. Yep. You might be doing some translate. Interesting, Anna. Okay. If someone is still in bed with a mama, I'm sick and tired. Yep. Well, make a comment, save it, then edit the dialogue, see if the comment stays. I mean the comment can stay. So for example here, again, the text is way too small on screen, but down here, I don't know if you probably can't see this, but this says dev comment, and this is a comment that I've written. This was intentionally long, this entire thing here, right? So I have a means of conveying like some note to the translator if I want. I have means to do that, right? But that is a separate thing to this context, right? And I think that that's correct. Any sarcasm would need to have context too. Potentially, yeah. Potentially, yeah. Just dropped in, but that would be something good for the comment, isn't it? Yeah, maybe. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, and so like that's how I've got it set up right now. So for any dialogue here, any string, I can leave a comment. And this whatever I type here will be left as a comment for translators in their translation software. So this is one example. Again, I wish I could. Can I scale this up? I don't want to fuck around with preferences. Whatever. It's down here, guys. Down here. There's a comment here. It pops up. File preferences. How do I make it bigger? Custom. There's no just scale thing. It doesn't help for this one part. The only part that I wanted to test. I mean, actually, it's still good to have that bigger anyway. So it was too small for me anyway. Maybe that's too big. I'm not sure. Yeah, it doesn't matter. Okay, like my point here is the comment will be saved in the translation file. And that will be wherever translators look at their comment, look for comments, it will be there. Because the PO file type, this is the translation file, right? This is a standard. And I think this is intentionally. Yeah. So this is what a comment looks like. If you add these, the hash and the dot, that is the PO standard for comment. Yeah, here. See, look. Translated comments. So I'm not the translator. I'm the dev. Extracted comments. There are two kinds of comments. Those which have some white space meaning from the blah, blah, blah. The translator comments, which comments are created and maintained exclusively by the translator. And those which have some non-white space after, which are automatic comments, which are comments created and maintained by the gettext tools. Comment lines starting with this contain comments given by the programmer directed at the translator, right? So that's how I should do that. And so with that knowledge in mind, it's my understanding that this kind of context, which is not meaningful when you think of the word context, but it is meaningful within the context of where is this said, where can I find this if I need it, and also as a unique identifier so that the following text doesn't clash with anything else. So I think that this is an okay context. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, makes sense. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, the confusing thing here is that there's two kinds of contexts. There's two different meanings of the word context here, unfortunately. One is context that, you know, of like the nuance of the text that is being said. The other is like how do we differentiate between one string and another string? Yeah, so yeah. Okay. So I think what I'm going to do is re-export this shit. And I hope that this fixes itself. It didn't. Yeah. Folks, I'm not gonna lie. I kind of feel like I don't want to do any more today. I kind of feel like I really pushed myself kind of hard yesterday. I like all in on this like translation shit, and I'm super happy with where we ended up. And then today, I feel like progress was fairly smooth. And all the systems that we were using before are working well. So I'm really happy with that. Context, let's say you and me have a talk. For me, that would be one dialogue, but it looks to me that you have every message is separate, or at least have one ID in each, but no way to see which IDs are in which dialogue. So the way that I'm sort of hoping for here is that, like, if we order, sort by file order, by translation, group by context. What I'm hoping here is that each of these, we can see that these two are within dialogue 1, but they're different strings. And then these are within dialogue 2, but this one's also in dialogue 2. I guess they're ordered by enter the errors first here, like this. You know? So I'm hoping that... So there's two things that I was tossing up. Either I lose the unique ID at the end there. Then everything is grouped within the same context. But then I'm kind of thinking that, like, if we're doing, like, ordering alphabetically, contexts will still be ordered together anyway, since the only difference is the number at the end. And then what this also means is that there's never, ever, ever a chance of any dialogue string to clash with any other dialogue string. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Yeah, clap clap did pretty well. It's not hot here at all. It's like, I don't know. I'd be surprised if it's, I don't know, maybe like 20 or something. I don't know. Looks like a good day. Yeah, it's actually a pretty nice day. Might take a walk or something. I might just relax, play some games, maybe. Made quite a bit of progress. Yeah, today was like a smooth day. It was a very smooth day. Things just kind of worked. I missed today's dev stream. Is the game done? Yeah. Oh, you mean the first game? That one's done, yeah. Redeem start from scratch 6900 from Blast Raid. How you doing, Blast Raid? Armored Core drops soon. Ooh. Yo, I fucking loved the Armored Core games when I was a kid. Maybe I ought to... Ooh, that sounds really good. In like 6 hours soon? Shit. Also, Sea of Stars. Jesus. Sea of Stars drops next week, actually. Wait. We got some follows, by the way. Was it Baldy? Oh, 18 minutes ago. I see. Thanks for the follow, Baldy. Thank you. 37 in Rome? What? Jeez. So flabbergasted that you cannot use Go and Godot, yeah. Thanks for the follow. This is Dog Fox Cat, and then also Shintai. Thank you very much. Hyped already. Yeah. That sounds actually kind of fun. Maybe I'll just like chill and draw something for the rest of some of tonight as well. But I think I want to just wrap the day up. I think I just kind of want to revel in the fact that everything worked well, and I don't want to start something and then find myself in a deep rabbit hole. So let's do the commit message. Let's go through, check this stuff, make sure everything looks fine. Text helpers. This doesn't need to be there. This was me demonstrating something. So we can get rid of that. This should go away. Yep, nice. Interact functions. We added the I'm a tree function. Interactables. We got rid of dialogue text. That makes sense. In here, yep, this is the dialogue message UI stuff. Cool. Main character changed a little bit to stop them from moving during dialogue. So far we've got like dialogue widget, I guess. Can show and hide dialogue. Translated dialogue. I mean, maybe that's just kind of it. Sometimes commit messages aren't that I don't feel as cool as what the actual work felt like. This was me desperately trying to make stuff work. What happened here? Oh, yeah, I made this. I see. Cool, cool. Yeah, cool. Cool. Kind of. Still don't know if I want the camera inside my character or not, but that's not something I'm working on. No tree. Jamorian is in the game now. Swedish and Japanese translations. This has been updated. Dialog box png.import. Okay. Godot. Yeah. Added Swedish. Bam. Submitted. Dunzo. Plus Profit. Thank you very much for the Prime. Thank you. Much appreciated. Thank you so much. Dermath Lero. Thank you very much for the follow. Yeah. So, yeah, I think we'll probably wrap things up. A couple things just as before we go. Normally, my stream schedule, if you're new here, my stream schedule is dev stream on Tuesday, dev stream on Thursday, variety stream on Saturday. But this Saturday, I won't be home. Okay, so there will be no stream this Saturday. I may or may not do a makeup stream on Sunday or something like that, but I don't want to hold myself to it because, you know, I'm not going to be home. I have to go out and I have to go and do something, and that's going to take a lot of energy. So I don't know if I want to use more energy to stream again, or if I just want to just take the hit and then like relax on Sunday. We'll see. But if you want to know what I do consider joining the Discord, because I'll give people a heads up there. Yeah, that's probably the best place, honestly. But there's also like Twitter and stuff like that. I also have YouTube. I also have a VODs channel if you've missed any of my VODs. Consider following, subscribing to all that kind of stuff. YouTube-wise, we have another Satisfactory Turbo Fuel video coming out on Monday. And actually, this is probably one of my favorite edits that maybe Mason has done in a while. So I think that's going to be a really good video. Some more Satisfactory stuff there on Monday. There's another video I want to make, which is going to be a chatty video. Sort of about Godot. So like that might come in the next week or so. We'll see. Just so you know what to expect. And that's pretty much it, folks. I think we're going to wrap it up here. Maybe we can look for someone to raid. Maybe Frutchy. Frutchy's playing Palia. Frutchy's cool. I feel like have I ever raided Frutchy? Well, I certainly haven't done it in a long time, at least. So we can raid Frutchy. Raid 1. This is the sub messages. Just make sure you delete the sub message part if you're going to copy paste. And then
Vamonos!
2. That's for non-subs. Thank you everyone for hanging out. I really appreciate it. I hope you had a good time. Oh, shit. I forgot to do the part where I ask if you got things done. We have a little bit of time. Did you do any co-working stuff? What did you work on today? Can we get like did anyone make anything? I'm not sure. Sometimes people tell me that they made stuff during stream. Cleaned your apartment? Nice. Worked on your game, Half the Potato? Good. No working today. Taking a break, Suminator? Nice. Few hours worth of putting down lights in Satisfactory. That's productivity. Good. 2 PRs. What's a PR? Virus. Got a LDAPS connection running at work. Nice. Good job. Puttering away in Satisfactory. Making some progress. Good. Good. Starting to read through my new job contract. Exciting. Nice. CSRF and course issues in dev environment. Okay. Development stuff. Nice. Got some YouTube stuff ready to release. Good. Pull request. Right. Makes sense. Yeah. Sit back in your chair and just relax. That's fine too. All right. The raid is about to start. Thank you everyone for hanging out. I'm glad you got some stuff done. I'll try to remember to put more time into catching up on that part. And I'll catch you all next time. Take care everyone. Bye. Bye.